Hello Storyboard Ed audience. This is a behind the scenes video where I discuss the quiet fart video that I made. It's cheesy as hell. So it was based on a concept that a satire that I did with my friend. We were doing a review on The Quiet Place Part 1 and 2, and I just thought, well, why not do a little parody to go with the review. And after I finished editing that parody, I thought to myself, why not make a short film called A Quiet Fart, which basically is, if you fart, you die. And I am eager to show you the storyboards. This here is the title. Here is the opening sequence, where I just kind of show a little bit of scenery. Then we get the two characters talking, kind of in the title pops up. They're talking here. I think I see something. I think it's the Balloon Man. He's a weirdo. He tried to attack me. When I wrote this, I'm basically kind of tying into some older videos where it's called, I have two videos on my channel called The Balloon Man 1 and 2. Feel free to check them out. They're kind of connected to the story. I say, me too. And right here you get kind of a shot of the Balloon Man looking around. Hey, you two. Oh crap, he's here. And then I did a split screen effect. So the Balloon Man's there, and then so would be my friend, because my friend also plays the Balloon Man. And he says, want a balloon? He pulls out like a can of like beans. We're all just like looking at him like, what? My friend goes, dude, that's a can of beans. Yeah, I was planning on eating them earlier. Dang, I left the balloons at home. We just look at him. He just farts. Something attacks him. His hat drops. We're just like, oh no. And I shot that in one day. The first day of shooting was that sequence there. I feel like I kept it pretty close, honestly. There wasn't anything to do with. I didn't do a drop of the hat, and I did get a shot of my friend saying, "Oh, can of beans, dude," but I didn't add that in there when I was editing that, so I left that out. What else? I think it ended up being pretty close to the way I planned it. I don't know what the deal with the dummy is, because I thought it was kind of a cool idea, but then as I was continued filming, I just didn't stick with it. Now we get on to day 2, where I was filming the part where we're just like, oh geez. So get back in. He's like, what was that? That's basically what I say. He says, I've got a theory. What's your theory? If we fart, we die. And I'm just like, what? The balloon guy farted and he got killed. Like, true. What are we gonna do? I think I know who we can talk to. We both like walk off the porch. Well, issues with that, filming inside, I just didn't feel like worked too great, so we kind of filmed against a wall, and I hope it's not that noticeable. It might be. I filmed against a wall outside, and The rest of it's pretty solid, according to storyboard. Okay. This is like the walking up sequence. It's like, my friend's character says, "I think we're here." I say, "Really?" And we're like standing, kind of like looking at like a field. And I'm like, "What now?" Now I call him, "Hey, Batman! Batman! Batman!" But I'm like, "Batman?" My friend says, "It usually works. You gotta give it a minute." Then there's the walk around trying to find him sequence. And then that just kind of goes like, "Oh, there he is." And originally I was going to do something with Batman's character and stuff, but I ended up just kind of not at all. I couldn't find the mask. I had like 2 masks for Batman and stuff, and I just couldn't find either one. And so I kind of went with an old man character. But I can show you what would have happened if I'd used the Batman character.
Hello. What do you want?
Wow, that's Batman. And then my friend says, "Yeah, I told you." And then he asks, "What would you do about?" He asks, "A monster that attacks you if you fart." And then, like, there's this guy that's kind of a runoff gag that the dummies got him, and, like, they're throwing him around, and then he, like, explodes. And he's like, Batman's like,
Now I see it. What you need to do is fart immediately.
and he's like, that sounds like a bad idea. And it's like, plus, like, I don't got one in the chamber.
I got you loud and clear.
What have you done?
Fixed your problem. No one's gonna mess with Batman.
It's like a calmness for a moment. Then Batman's like, "Ah." And then Batman's like fighting the dummy, and friend goes, "Yay, Batman!" But then the dummy gets back up, and I'm just like, "Oh no," kind of expression. And then the dummy like gets on Batman. Batman's going, "Oh!" He's like, "Come on, Batman, you got this." My friend says, and Batman's like,
Yeah, I got this.
except for he doesn't. He just explodes. And I walk up and say, "Sorry about your friend." So basically, with me not finding the Batman mask, on the second day of shooting, we just kind of did something with an old man character, and then kind of had a similar thing where he exploded. Now, this is storyboarded, and I basically just kind of added in what was kind of done already, and right here, and a little bit of exposition before I cut off into basically the next day shooting. I guess this would make it day 3 shooting. I basically did the film voice myself. I used my lips and stuff, and I put it over a picture of me and my friend talking and stuff. I made it look like we're talking by just having my lips go, "Hello," you know, that kind of thing. It was very cheesy, but it got me right into the next segment. Now we're on to the last day of shooting. Now a week passes by, and the characters are just kind of walking along here. And my character's like, "Man, I've held it in a week. This is torture." My friend's like, yes. I'm like, ah. And the other friend's like, yeah. I'm just kind of like a grunt to say that, hey, yeah, this is a bit much. And then all of a sudden I fart. And my friend's like, what have you done? And we both start like jogging. I just kind of like fall down. He like turns like, oh. And I say, go on without me. He just kind of shrugs and runs away. And I say, maybe I won't explode. And like, nope, here it is. And I explode. I'll explain the explosion effect. Basically, what I do is I'm sitting in a spot, and then I get up and move from the spot. And then I cut those sequences apart. And since the camera's steady, I can have the cut from when I'm sitting to when it's an empty space, and just put in between it the explosion effect.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, so you're gonna make yourself explode?
Yep.
I like how you do the exploding. How do you do that?
You have to have a still camera.
Oh, you do?
Here it is.
And my friend's running. He sees the ghost. And there's like a brief conversation that you see in the video. Stuff like that. A brief conversation, he disappears. What I did with that effect is I took like a still image, my friend just kind of standing there, and I added the ghost, Photoshop, and then I cropped my face onto the ghost for the conversation.
Sup, bro?
And then I get into the split screen effect, introducing another character. So come with me if you want to live. And then my friend says, who are you? And he's like, a new friend. And then that concludes part 1. Stay tuned for part 2. I'm talking a little bit about part 2. What I want to do with part 2 is basically have the new introduced character kind of take my friend's character and maybe train him, maybe run him through some stuff. I don't know, I'll put some humor to it. Hopefully I'll have it all storyboarded. Because as I was filming this, the first 2 out of the 4 days of filming, I didn't have the storyboard finished. But by the end of it, I had it finished, and the last day of filming, I at least had the story set up the way I wanted it to. So, thank you all for watching. This has been the behind the scenes. I just wanted to show you how I put this together. So, have a great day.